Welcome back. So the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is currently briefing the media. The briefing follows Provincial Working Committee's week-long visit to the eThekwini region. ANC KZN is expected to discuss interventions aimed at resolving challenges facing eThekwini Metro and also its decision on comrades who have joined or are participating in political formations opposed to the African National Congress.
While we wait for the President Ramaphosa to announce the exact date of the general elections, we have undertaken to continue to strengthen ANC election structures and the tripartite alliance. We are aiming for a resounding victory of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, which is an environment that is so fertile for the African National Congress. As full soldiers of the revolution, commanded by the real Commander-in-Chief, President Matamela Ramaphosa, we shall crisscross KwaZulu-Natal, village to village, street by street, township to township, valley to valley, suburb to suburb, carrying the message of hope to our people. This will enable us to fulfill the historic of the African National Congress. The PC, as guided by the NEC and January 8 statement, rejects the high school propaganda in the form of fake posts on social media about the ANC's possibility coalition with certain political parties. A winner does not enter into coalition politics. The ANC will all its opponents combined in these coming elections, regardless of their personalities involved. Our message is that we will never be distracted. We have a marching machinery that will lead us to landslide victory in the 2024 elections. ANC lives, ANC leads. As long as the ANC is alive, the lives of the poor will improve. As long as the ANC is alive, the rural masses will see development. As long as the ANC is alive, the student will continue to gain access to basic and higher education paid by our government. As long as the ANC is alive, the mothers, the elders, the children will continue to receive free medical care, in particular primary health care. As long as the ANC is alive, the poor and the vulnerable will continue to receive a social security net. The PC agreed to sustain the regular election meetings of structures and the alliance to ensure that our election program is synchronized, evaluated as we implement the program. Our position is that successful election depends on the unity of the alliance and their participation as alliance partners in the whole campaign. Joint ownership and participation in the election campaign in the past years has always been seen and a good effort that has led to the decisive victory of the ANC in past elections. In this regard, the PC received a report on the local elections teams. We wish to report that we have managed to set up 100% of all our structures, starting from local level up to the provincial level. The PC agreed to continue to strengthen LETs and local election machinery in all wards and branches as we move forward. If elections were to be held tomorrow, as the African National Congress in KwaZulu-Natal, we are ready. We have the resources, we have infrastructure, we have huge human capital, hundreds of thousands of our members, leaders, as mass volunteers. We are ready. We are saying, my show me Shasel. During the registration weekend from 3 to the 4th of February, local elections teams and the alliance partners will go on full-fledged campaign to encourage communities to register to vote, especially young people, the youth. In addition, we wish to indicate that over the past few days, we convened impactful cadres forums in all regions of our province. We reached and engaged face-to-face with more than 50,000 cadres who are rejuvenated and in high spirit to defend their movement and serve our communities. We have welcomed inactive cadres that have come back to strengthen the African National Congress. We salute all cadres of the ANC across all levels of and revolutionary commitment. The forums were marked by discipline and preparedness of the ANC cadre to subject themselves to the ideal of the greater good for as opposed to personal immediate gratification. The people of South Africa are at the center of our program. The ANC is for the people. Without the people, there will be no ANC. We are committed to humble ourselves before our people. They must criticize us, tell us our shortcomings, advise us where we need to improve. We are their servants, they are our principals. ANC volunteers reminded us that subjecting oneself to the ANC means that the organization is larger than individual interests. All it's about the people, the nation, and our beloved great country, South Africa. We wish to turn our focus to the PC's approach to comrades or members who participate in activities of other political parties. The majority of members, including ANC supporters, who have met during Cater's forums, committed to respecting the ANC constitution, and to be subjected to its policies and decisions. They made the revolutionary undertaking to defend the ANC and to ensure the longevity in power and to lead society. They spoke with one voice against tendencies that aimed at weakening and dividing the African National Congress. In this regard, the PC has resolved that action be taken against all members who are public representatives and members who are participating in activities of other political parties. In this regard, the following action has been taken by the Provincial Executive Committee. All ANC public representatives who are participating in activities of other political formations, their membership is summarily suspended with immediate effect and will be brought before the ANC Provincial Disciplinary Committee. Members of the ANC who associate themselves and participate in activities of other political parties that contest elections against the African National Congress, they are presumed as having left the ANC and voluntarily terminated their membership and will be removed from the membership register of all our members. All above is in line with organizational renewal and preserving the culture and traditions of the ANC as the oldest political party in Africa. Abona ke la kwipolitiki ayikho leyo ukuthi ungaphilonga ama political parties amabili ahlukene ahambisa imbono engafani. Uma ngabe ususuka kwenye political party waya kwenye sho ukuthi ususukile kulene. As we approach the general elections, we are igniting hope and correctness of our people's belief in the ANC as an instrument to ensure the transformation of their lives. We affirm our commitment to make the ANC a tool for the creation of a national democratic society. This is a society where all the basic needs have been met and the decades of apartheid have been eradicated to usher in a more equal society. We are also emphasizing that the attainment of equal society will entail hard work, discipline, serving communities who always voted the African National Congress in every election since 1994. In order to strengthen service delivery at local level, the PC wishes to announce the following deployments. The deployment of Comrade Njabulo Cele as the Deputy Mayor of KwaZulu-Natal Local Municipality. The deployment of Comrade Mbali Cele Lutuli as the new Mayor of Umduni Local Municipality. The deployment of Pila Tabete as the new Deputy Mayor for Umduni Local Municipality. The deployment of Comrade Nthandeni Mbuto as the new Speaker for Umduni Local Municipality, and the deployment of Comrade Zodwa Mzidle as the new Mayor of Renkonyeni Local Municipality. Our revolutionary movement congratulates all these comrades. We are confident that they will accelerate service delivery and in the trust of local communities and serve them with humility, high respect, honesty, commitment, and dedication. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, on the same issue of service delivery, the PC has assigned the Provincial Working Committee to spend the whole week in eThekwini region in the month of February 2024. We have noted complaints around water interruptions, water outages, and other challenges in many areas, too many to mention. The PwC, all employees of the ANC across all spheres of government, together with eThekwini Regional Executive Committee and councillors, will focus on service delivery in identified wards. They will do that each day of the week. There will be a massive PwC outreach program through community meetings to engage with all affected communities, respond to their issues, and directly apologize for the inconvenience they have suffered through these shortcomings. This will be a demonstration of our commitment as leadership to bridge the gap between the ordinary people and all spheres of government and the leadership of the African National Congress. Our people have long raised their discomfort about challenges around service delivery where they live. We all problems, listen to their complaints in a very humble way. Any representatives who shall be seen disrespecting our communities will be suspended with immediate effect unless he or she show serious form of remorse, humbly himself or herself before our people and apologize for his or her actions. Our people deserve respect because the trust they give the African National Congress must never and ever be taken for granted. It should be remembered that President Ramaphosa and the National Working Committee undertook a visit to eThekwini last year. In the month of February, President Ramaphosa, in his capacity as an ANC president, will host a massive imbizo in eThekwini to listen to our communities, to hear for himself concerns of ordinary people. The president is prepared to listen and experience firsthand daily struggles of our communities. As a short-term intervention to solve water crisis in eThekwini, the PC has instructed the municipal leadership, led by our capable mayor, Xolisi Kaunda, to assess urgent areas that need water tankers that can provide water to our communities on a daily basis. Assess all areas that have faulty transformers, that such transformers must be replaced as a matter of urgency so that electricity can be restored to our people. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, once again, KwaZulu-Natal has been hit by devastating floods that has left a trail of destruction and loss of many of the innocent lives. We wish to extend our deepest condolences to the families who lost their loved ones, while encouraging deployees of the ANC to continue with interventions and ongoing visits to the affected families. The PC received reports about regions affected, such as Josiah Gumede, which is Utugela in terms of government, Moses Mabita under Mgungundlu district, General Gizenga, which is Ilembe, eThekwini, Musa Dladla, which is King Cetshwayo, which one person was even struck by a lightning. In particular, we welcome the classification of affected municipalities as disaster areas by the ANC deployee, the Cooperative Governance and Internal Affairs Minister, Comrade Thembi Kadibeng. She is working closely with MEC for Kokta, Comrade Bongistole Muloi, and MEC for Human Settlement and Public Works, Comrade KK Sipongos. We believe that this will assist in speeding up the rebuilding efforts that require additional funding from provincial and national departments. As we move forward, the ANC is alive to the political rhetoric from the opposition political parties. We understand that political parties are already weaponizing this latest disaster with the view of scoring cheap political points. We have insisted to our deployees to remain focused and bring government services closer to affected people. This will be done in an integrated manner with all government working together to augment relief interventions. At the same time, we acknowledge as the ANC that recent severe weather patterns are the biggest threat to human development and are becoming the defining challenge for the 21st century. The reality is such heavy rains accompanied by floods to leave a trail of destruction behind, with thousands of families still trying to recover from the devastating impact of the outbreak of COVID-19, even more vulnerable. Regarding disaster interventions, the PC has recommended and resolved the following: dedicated interventions in eThekwini municipality and other areas to strengthen recovery efforts and regular reports to the provincial secretary as highlighted above. Speeding up the process of reconstruction of temporary residential units, speeding up of the acquisition of land parcels for human settlement, integrated approach towards the planning and provision of bulk infrastructure such as water and electricity, coordination of the involvement of state agencies such as the Housing Development Agency and the National Housing Finance Corporation, coordination of the involvement of the National Department of Human Settlements, COCTA, Water and Sanitation, National Treasurer, Social Department, and any other department that is relevant in this regard. The PC engaged robustly on the issue of the economic sabotage through the manipulation of the rand by various banks such as Standard Bank, Absa, Investec, Citibank, First Rand Bank, Barclays, Merrill Lynch, and Standard Chartered. In this regard, the PC has resolved to actively and firmly take a serious action against these banks. In this regard, the PC has resolved to act firmly against this economic sabotage. Accordingly, the ANC will embark on a march through the Central Durban District Bank of the Reserve Bank to show a public disapproval and a call for their banking licenses to be revoked. The PC further resolved to lobby the NEC to introduce laws that will make corporate corruption seriously and heavily punishable. It is the vulnerable members of society and the working class that have been punished that has been pushed to the conditions of squalor with no means of survival. The ANC and alliance partners are seriously in anger with receiving calls from workers in different spheres of government and in the private sector who are drowning in debt. Garnish orders in the public service leaves them with no salaries each month. Their cars and homes are being repossessed by the same banks. Millions of families supported by these workers are affected. The media published a story of a former West Bank employee detailing how the finance provider used a specific system to overcharge black clients. Apparently, this has been done purposely to charge black clients more than their white counterparts as a clear sign of economic institutionalized racism. Every month we are also learning about the abuse of power and violation of media freedom by the international banks, which we will march with alliance partners, which is SABC, COSATU and SANCO, and all progressive forces to end this economic sabotage. On Maihlome, on our well-known, publicized Maihlome rally on the 24th of February 2024, which will be addressed by President Ramaphosa when he will be unveiling our manifesto. We expect that the stadium will be full packed to capacity and overflow with more than 150,000 masses of KwaZulu-Natal expected to be in attendance. We have strengthened our mobilization and other logistics. By all indications, the stadium will be filled to capacity by 10:30 in the morning. The People's Park has been secured in this regard to cater for overflow. Already there are built-up activities such as community meetings, blitz, stakeholder engagement, sectoral work, and walkabouts. The launch of the ANC Manifesto coincides with the beginning of the celebrations of the 30 years of freedom and democracy. The achievement of the last 30 years provide a foundation on which the ANC will build a better South Africa for everyone. But it also gives South Africans of being told the true story of transformation and development that has been traversed since 1994. The ANC achievement articulated by President Ramaphosa during the January 8 statement demonstrated that the organization has the capacity and commitment to continue to lead the ongoing struggle for a better life for all. On the commemoration of King Dinuzulu, at this stage we wish to announce that plans are underway to stage activities marking the commemoration of King Dinuzulu. Isilo Sasusutu. This flows from a visit or quarter Isilo by the Secretary General, Comrade Fikile Mbalula, and other top officials of the province. NEC deploys and the entire ANC leadership collectively from KwaZulu-Natal province and Umzalani region. As we have stated in the past, King Dinuzulu remains one of the courageous kings who fought against all forms of injustice. He became part of the leadership of the Commemorating liberation struggle as the honorary president of the African National Congress. He donated cows to the ANC during its formation and blessed the organization as an authentic liberation movement for the indigenous people of South Africa. King Dinuzulu supported the Bambata uprising of 1906 as led by Inkosi Bambata Kamancinza of the Zonde clan. He allowed Bambata to work among his people to mobilize them in opposition to the poll tax because he was against it himself. This he did at a great risk for his personal safety and well-being. For his support of the Bambata uprising, he was sent to prison and exiled. In our discussion with His Majesty the King Misizulu Gagazolithini, he supported the decision of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal to host a series of events as part of commemoration of the life of King Dinuzulu. It must be remembered that Isilo Ucetshwayo Kampande, that defeated the British Army in 22 January 1879, was blessed with a son who was his heir to the throne, King Dinuzulu, who then, during his reign, King Dinuzulu, the African people were finally defeated by white colonial settlers in 1906 Bata uprising, and the white settlers established the Union of South Africa in 1910, excluding black people in all administrative of the country. As the king, Isilo Dinuzulu, Katetwayo, supported and blessed the formation of the African National Congress, which was officially launched and formed in 8 January 1912 in Bloemfontein, Mangaung. Born in 1868 in Babanango, King Dinuzulu departed on the 18th of October 1913 in the Middelburg. This year we'll be celebrating 111 years since the departure of King Dinuzulu. As we draw towards conclusion, we express our reverent appreciation to the members of the PC who hosted successfully the Kumbulekaya festive program and various leaders of our movement in the regions, councillors, MPs and MPLs. The hearts of communities were touched beautifully by the ANC, and this restored confidence in the organization. On the other hand, the PC members in the trust of communities and society at large. Linked to this program, the PC has recommended that each PC member, each REC member, each councillor, each MP, each MPL must adopt a school and ensure the delivery of school uniforms to the needy students. The PC members and all leaders of our movement must take an active interest in the education of children and be involved in the provision of quality education. The excellent results achieved by the KwaZulu-Natal under the ANC form the basis for the PC to do the following: donation of school uniform to learners and other needs that they need, empowerment of parents and communities to understand educational needs of learners in the nearby schools, advocating for learner educator and parent partnerships in order to bridge the gap that exists, advocating for a crime-free school environment, promoting of culture of learning and teaching. We pause to congratulate Comrade Mbali Fraser, who is the MEC for the Department of Basic Education in KwaZulu-Natal, for her bold leadership. She has made history by ensuring that we occupy the second position in the country for the first time. We send our deepest reverential appreciation to all categories of staff at head office, district, and organized labor in the form of SATU and NATU for their dedication towards the provision of quality education to the African child. In conclusion, during the sitting of the PC, we reminded each other that ours is a province that lies together the proud traditions of our people without sacrificing the gains that democracy has brought to us. The ANC belongs to the people, not individuals. And it is the people that must benefit from the ANC as a vehicle for transformation. As we enter the final stages of the campaign, we will deliver this message on the streets of townships such as Mulazi, Gamalake, Wentworth, Osizweni, Eskawini, Phoenix, and to all the suburbs of Westfield and many others. This message will radiate throughout the countryside of Impendle, Umzimkulu, Popoma in Nongoma, Badeni in Paul Petersburg, Sluchana in Ngutu, Shumayo in Mnambiti, Grilima in Reinkonyeni, and many other areas where our people reside. Our message from the PC is that the ANC is determined to make living in KwaZulu-Natal as even better experience. That is why we must take the appeal to the people of this province to live in peace and denounce violence. We're so very appalled of the incidents we have seen where Mr. Ngizwe Nkunu was having his press conference. Then a barbaric organization in the form of its provincial spokesperson go there and disrupt violently. We are saying simple, even if somebody says something you disagree, allow him to say those things. In a free democratic society, allow people to express their views, allow people to say whatever they want to say about you and about many others. Especially, those people like to insult people. When they are insulted, they take serious offense. Because those guys, they insult everybody in this country when they are insulted. But we must defend the right of every individual to freedom of speech. But we mustn't plan elections into chaos because, yes, I know that many others, they think eThekwini is a non-starter. It may be non-starter to you, but it's not a non-starter to the society and the constituency they represent. Some of the people, they take him very serious. And that incident, if it's not condemned by all of us, it's got a potential to plunge the province of KwaZulu-Natal into full-blown violence. We don't want that. We want people who are very serious. That's why we are calling upon all our members to not disturb activities of political parties, not destroy their material, not remove their posters. Let's make the campaign free, peaceful, and enjoyable. We say once again, please entrust us with adequate support to take our province forward to a brighter future. In the history of our democracy, no other political formation has ever reached this record of popular support in the province. We call upon the leaders and all members of the African National Congress at all levels to unite, work together, and strengthen their organization, the African National Congress. Let's turn the organization of Nelson Mandela into a more important weapon for the transformation of our society and improvement of the lives of all our people. Only a strong and united ANC can deliver a future of our dreams. We reiterate that there should be no feeling of alienation by members of the ANC for whatever reason. The ANC accepts all individuals in terms of the contribution they make in the fulfillment of dreams of our people. This is the statement we've made in the past. The ANC treats all its members with the same respect, be they long-serving or newly recruited, whether they serve in elected or appointed structures of government or outside government service. The ANC is a home for all, irrespective of whether people are members of the so-called minority or majority population. The ANC is an organization of equals. We are calling upon all comrades to support the president of the ANC to lead into election victory and become the next president of South Africa for the second term. To those who are not members of the ANC, a vote for the ANC is not a wasted vote. It is a vote to build a better South Africa, Africa and the world. Use your vote for wisely and vote for the ANC so that it must continue to deliver its services to your people, to the people. It must continue to change the lives of our people. It must continue to deliver development where development does not yet reach. Thank you very much.